Oh, so this is gonna be my armor rankings. Just read the description if you don't want to watch the video. If you want to watch the video, I'll try and show off everything. This is probably gonna be longer than usual. So there's 10 armor sets. I'm gonna start off with tin because it's the first one you get. So tin armor has, for combat, it has the pickaxe throwing. Yeah, that's about it. This thing is hard to aim above ground and will basically never, ever work underground. This thing sucks. Don't use it. If you want to use tin armor for combat, then you're crazy. Or you just really like tin armor, which is fair. Tin armor is good. But not for combat. You have the sonar skill as well, which is really helpful for if you're mining sometimes and you have no idea where to go. But usually I'll just combine it with the soul magnet because I can make sure I suck up all the stuff I mine. Tin armor gives you a pickaxe speed boost when you have the full armor set, and it also gives you this explosive pickaxe skill, which is really helpful because it's basically a bomb that uses SP, and you can move it around based on where your mouse is. It also blow up any ores, so it's really helpful for mining gold or silver or basically any mineral that takes a while to mine because you can just blow it all up at once, then magnet it. You also have a glow stick. I only ever use this to laugh. Like I've never used this legit. You also have your generic soul magnet and fast run, as I've mentioned. These are with any full armor set. Just die. Okay, whatever. So yeah, these are with any armor set. It's nothing different about the tin armor. So tin armor, oh yeah, pros and cons. So pros are it's easy to get. It's the first one you get. It helps with mining. Cons are that the combat ability doesn't exist. Yep, it doesn't exist. No, it doesn't exist. Combat ability non-existent. And the stat boosts are also not amazing. It gives you some SP for having the full armor set, and then individually the piece will just give you some HP. The amount does rise if you level them up by increasing the level cap and everything, but even then, it's nothing amazing. It's like, what is that? Like 80, 70? I don't know. I think it's like 70 HP total. It's not terrible, but it's not amazing either. This is already at level 20, so. So yeah, so tin armor is amazing for utility and bad for combat. Next up, our first combat armor, we have the copper armor. Don't use this. Please don't use this. Okay, well, no, use this. Okay. You can use whatever armor you want, but this thing, I don't know. The best skill in it, in my opinion, is the dagger, the knife throwing, because of the quick recharge. But the downside is it has a really short range, especially if you're trying to run towards something or it's moving away from you. I don't know. I guess the range isn't awful, but it's not great either. You also have a bow, which takes a while to shoot, but it doesn't use any ammo, it just uses SP, so it is an option. You also have a project up skill if you don't want to use the project up skill, or no, yeah, you basically just, I swear there was a button for it. Hold on. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, you also have this skill if you just use these controls, if you can read these controls. I don't play many video games, I don't know how to read that. You also have boomerang skill, which is fun if you want to use multiple boomerangs, I guess. The only downside is that this always throws a default boomerang. I think it'd be cool if you could like put a boomerang here similar to the steel armor, and then you could use it to throw this boomerang. I think that would make this armor actually useful because you could combine your sword and boomerang together. But so far, I don't really use this armor. It does give better stat boosts than tin, and it gives pretty generic full armor set bonus. It gives you 20 to your HP and SP and 10 to your MP. So it's not bad early game for combat. It's better than the tin armor if you want to get all the hammers to upgrade your anvil. If not, I would just go straight to bronze because bronze is fun. Oh yeah, so copper's disadvantages is that everything. No, no, okay. But its advantages are it's easy to get. It's easy to get, and you can actually upgrade copper into bronze. So it isn't a complete waste to get. Okay, so now speaking of bronze armor though, this thing is pretty fun. It converts most of your mana into life, so that you get a really high health pool. Your skills, you have a dash, you have three. I thought it was three charges. Okay, I guess it's just two charges. Yeah, you have oh, no, you have three. Okay, so yeah, you have three. Okay, so I'm not crazy. So you have three charges, then it has to re cooldown. You also have this, Defender's Burst, and I believe, yeah, depending on how much this gauge right here is, it'll deal more power. And it's also based on your max HP because this is the HP armor. And this is the real skill that everyone loves, the Boar's Blessing. Because this will just give you a free life bonus level 4 and life regeneration buff, which normally you need potions for. Like, there are better potions, but like, this is actually like, life regen level 3 is what I normally would use because it's kind of the easiest one you can get that's still pretty good. Like, this is just my favorite. This is my most common one. Well, I'll use level 1 or level 3 basically. I don't usually use level 2. And the life bonus potions are, I don't know, I'm someone who doesn't like using potions. I always feel like I'll need them later, even if there is no later. So I like getting free buffs like this. The downside is that your mana is turned into your life, so if you're using a magic weapon like this, you don't have as many shots as if you... Oh, that's cool, actually. You don't have as many shots as if you weren't using it. But yeah, it's pretty good armor. Next up, we have the iron armor. This armor uses a whole bunch of hammer skill. Oh, what's this? Oh, yeah, I think this one gives you, what is it? Oh, damage contact bonus. That's actually pretty good. Uh, oh, okay. So it gives you a small damage bonus for 50 seconds. So yeah, that's a free damage bonus. Yeah, that's nice. I'll take that. Um, but the fun thing to do with this armor is use the spike ball. Wait, did it just break? Huh. Okay, use the spike ball. Why is it breaking? Oh, does this buff make the spiky ball not last? If you can, if you use the spike ball, then you can hammer it around like you're playing soccer. So I think that's pretty fun. Your other skill is a hammer throw, which doesn't have great range, but it looks really fun, and I like using it. You can also just use the eviction skill on mobs to just smash them for free if you don't have a hammer on, or you don't want to use the spiky ball. The only downside is you can't really use this when you're in the air, so let's see. Can we use any skills on this? I don't know, I just have really bad aim. Oh, there you go. See, it's a pretty fun set. I don't know. It's nothing too amazing, but it's nothing bad. It doesn't buff your mana, but it doesn't hurt it either. So if you want to use a magic weapon, this is an option. This is definitely better than the... Okay, technically, stat-wise, this is slightly better for magic by, like, literally 10. But use the iron armor because it looks cooler. I don't know. Use whatever armor you want. I'm just being biased. Well, this is a completely biased list if I haven't said that already. I mean, you can't really make a video like this without being biased. I guess you could if you just thought, if you just spoke strictly objectively, but I'm not gonna do that. No one wants to listen to me being like, okay, so the stats are blah blah blah. You can read that stuff. Actually, no one wants to listen to me in the first place. Okay, so steel armor is one of, I think a lot of people love this armor. I definitely like this armor a lot. It gives you an extra pet summon. So you can put a soul gem in your slot 6, and then you can just summon it out for free. This doesn't count as your normal summon, so you can actually combine it with something else. So yeah, then you can have 2 summons out at once. Wait, where's that? Put that there actually. Uh, and then another cool thing I don't see people talking about much is that so higher level summons require a lot of mana. Like the T-Rex needs 57, for example. You can just cheat those out for 10 mana using the Pet Invocation skill. I don't see people talking about that enough. Like you can just cheat out any pet for like 10 mana. You can also heal your pets, so that's pretty helpful for if you're just trying to let them do all the killing, because a lot of the time they will be your best source of DPS. And you can also revive them, because they heal faster when they're alive, even if they have like... Because if they fully die, they have to fully heal before you can use them again. And they also heal slower. So yeah, being able to resurrect them for free is really nice. I will usually just keep this armor on me, even if I'm not using it, just so I have this resurrect skill when I need it. Then you also have Mount Invocation. So if you have a mount over here, or a mountable creature, it'll just summon that. I'm using a Bruter right now, a legendary version, because why not? I like this one because if you hold down while you're attacking, then he shoots out these plasma balls. And you can also throw weapons when you're on a mount, so that's pretty... So like, in theory, I could do this, and then, yeah, I could shoot out while I'm swinging the sword. Mounts also will absorb most, if not all, of the damage you take, and if they die, you can just revive them at max health using the Mount Invocation. Don't know if it's a bug, don't care, it's awesome. If you don't have a mount, it'll just summon you a cow. Like, for example, if I just have anything here, it'll just summon me a cow. That's still helpful for tanking the damage. I call it the cow strategy. It's fun. And then, of course, you also have your Soul Magnet and Fast Run, which I've been ignoring because everything has them. Okay, next armor set. Next up, we have Silver Armor. I actually like Silver Armor quite a bit. Oh, and also, Silver Armor, there's 2 helmet options. They do the same thing, except... Wait, they don't do the same thing? Oh, okay. I just noticed for the first time in my life that there's more than a style change. So this one buffs HP, and this one buffs SP. I thought it was a style difference this whole time. Okay, so I lied. There is a difference. Okay. I didn't know that. Okay. Wait, so these... Oh yeah, these ones also have a different style. Okay. Interesting. It gives you the same set bonus though, so it's barely different. Well, that's really interesting though. I never noticed that. Okay. So if you find yourself using more SP for, I don't know, if you're using a lot of skills, most people don't, but if you are, then you might want to use this silver helmet and this gold helmet. So I guess I'll stack them like that. Yeah, okay, that sounds good. So silver armor, the skills are counterattack, dash attack, and then ultimate parry and debuff. Dash attack is basically like the boar one, except there's a cooldown between each of them, but it's not really a cooldown. What is that cooldown? 1 second? Oh, 0.3 seconds. Okay, my bad. So there's a 0.3 second cooldown. Wait, so can I just like fly for... Oh yeah, I can. Okay. So if you have the SP for it, you can just fly forever. Oh, or am I falling a little? I can't tell. No, I don't think I am. I think, yeah, okay, so you can just fly forever. That's cool. That's just cool. I've never noticed that. Okay, so there's the dash attack, then, but I usually like using this armor for Leaf Fairy, because I like the Druid armor, and this one I find works really well on her. So you have the debuff skill, which when you use it, it'll find your nearest enemy and it'll reduce their damage dealt to you by 50%, and it'll increase physical damages on it. So I believe physical damage, it means like sword and hammer, and I think that's it. I don't know, maybe it'll count a boomerang? I think so, because boomerangs also do physical damage. Yeah, it's not elemental, so it's physical. So yeah, you could use boomerang, and I guess you could also use a bow. Well, some bows. Alright, so that would increase, so it increases your damage on it, so all you should just combine it with a sword that has a few runes on it, probably. Maybe a boomerang. Alright, and then you can also use the counterattack if you know how to time it. This is the same as the ultimate parry, except there's a slight difference, as in counterattack, you take, I think, all the damage? No, you take 50% of the damage, and your opponent takes it too, and then ultimate parry, you nullify a lot more, and... Wait, do you just nullify it? Oh, you just nullify most of it, and then give the leftover to your opponent. So counterattack actually is probably better offensive-wise, and ultimate parry is better defensive-wise. So yeah, I like using this armor. I really do. I didn't know that the helmets had difference though. Yeah, this is definitely a professional telling you tips. So next up we have gold armor or dragon armor. You get these two around the same time. It's the same anvil, so it's basically the same time. Oh, dragon armor is locked behind the dragon boss. So I guess technically you can get gold armor first. You need gold for both of them. Okay, yeah, gold armor it is. So gold armor, you have your celestial ascension skill, where you just get to become basically an angel. And then you have a bow. I think this does... Yeah, okay, so the bow deals more damage when you're in angel mode. Wait, if I click out... Okay, no, so angel mode does stay. So yeah, so the bow is... Where is something? The bow deals 10 damage, but shoots really fast. So this is actually a pretty good... There's a lot of people... There's also really good endgame armor. It's pretty popular, I think. I believe it deals light damage, so... Yeah, divine light, so it's also really good against the necromancer, I believe. Oh, this is what I've heard. I haven't actually tested it. I don't use this armor. I don't use this armor very much. It's not bad, I just prefer Druid. And then you also have this Guardian Seraph. It's like a pinata. I find it kind of annoying at a lot of the times though, because if I'm using my Orb Companion, it'll just shoot at it. I don't know why. Like, even if there's a mob over here, it likes shooting at the Seraph. Oh, and I think it actually kills it. Okay, yeah. So it's losing HP too. Okay. So, just the bow is usually better. I would just stick to this. Okay, and then similar, so then the dragon armor has basically the exact same thing, except dragon version, and the sides flip, I guess. You have your dragon transformation. Okay, both these armors give infinite flight, by the way. If you don't have wings, then you can still fly. The only downside is they do not protect against fall damage. So, if you do have wings, just leave them on, because wings do protect against fall damage. So your skills, you have Heat Wave, which gives you a flaming aura. You can also get this exact same skill by just using the Druid armor in Hell, or any fire blocks. So, Druid armor is better. Sorry, what? I said nothing. So you have Dragon's Call is one of the cooler skills, but I find it usually, it has a really weird hitbox to time. So I'll usually just stick with using the Dragon Transformation and then the Blazing Sphere, because when you're in Dragon mode, the spheres are bigger and faster and better. Oh, does it take more stamina? Oh yeah, it does take more stamina when in dragon form, but it deals more damage. Like you can clearly see which one of those is better. Like just look at that. You breathe fire. You breathe fire. Like this is the one thing Dragon Arm has going for it. Um, but I'm also biased against it because of an age-old dispute I had with someone. So, so no, Gold Armor is better. Gold Armor is better, just because of bias. I'm very fair. Okay, I promise. Not really, but whatever. Druid Armor, I made a short on Druid Armor, so I don't know if I should cover it again, but I will because it's the best. Druid Armor, depending on what element weapon you have in your hand, you can terraform stuff. I don't have an... Okay, where's an element weapon? Here you go. Yeah, we'll go with fire. Let's take that off. So then go to... So if you have in your hotbar, if you have an element item selected, then you use the terraform skill, it'll change the area around you to that element. The reason Druid Armor has this is because depending on the element you're standing on, there are different effects. Like for example, in grass, the elemental burst is just this, but in like a stone area, you get to shoot at the stone. And the best one is when you're in shadow, because these projectiles will home. There's no mobs nearby, but these home. Then you also have your elemental aura. This also changes depending on what biome you're in. For example, the stone. Okay, I can't show all of these now because it has a annoying cooldown. So the stone one is, I think so the stone one it's like a barrier that knocks everything away from you. Like anything that doesn't use projectiles basically can't touch you. But the problem is you can't keep it spam like the other ones. Like for example, the shadow one gives you basically unkillableness. Yeah, basically unkillableness. Because you can just like constantly spam, like, so the aura has already reset, so like whenever this fades I can just like keep spamming it. So yeah, Shadow Aura gives you superior life steal. These two don't work, the Steel Mana and Steel Amina Drain, as far as I'm aware. I don't know why they're there. I don't think it really matters either, because the life steal is like insane anyway, so it doesn't really matter. You can also use it. Oh yeah, the thing is you can't stack auras though, so even if you still have time on your aura, if you activate another one, it'll just override it. So this is the Heat Wave skill basically. It deals fire damage and burns stuff that's nearby you. The other auras that I remember are, if you do it in sand, you get a speed boost, so it's haste aura. If you do it in ice, you get a slow boost to your mob, so it's a freeze aura. Like what do you expect? It's ice. Um, oh yeah. You also have the Nature's Bloom skill. This gives you a different resistance buff depending on what element you're in. So like for example, you can use this in Hell before fighting the dragon to get fire buff, fire resistance buff. Use it in grass for just a physical buff. Use it in stone for, I've never used it in stone, probably a physical buff. Shadow for shadow buff. Sand for divine buff. Uh, uh, Snow for ice buff and so forth. It's just a fire resistance buff. And you also have different versions of the magnet and run. The magnet version especially is really helpful because it'll just pick up any plants that are nearby you. This is like really great for farming because it works on crops too. It'll just automatically harvest all of them. Like I love doing this. This is half the reason I always will use this armor and will never change. Because this is just so satisfying. Then the run skill is basically the same run, except as you just saw there or didn't see, it'll plant grass wherever you run. So like if you want to like make a, I don't know why you would ever want to plant grass, I guess, but if you do, then you can. Okay, last armor set. The last armor set is this. You have the abyssal armor. This armor set, I do like it, okay? I do really like it. But there's a but in there. Um, but I think it's a little weak for the time you get it. Like, I think they could afford to buff it a little, because this you get this from the second last boss in the game. So there's not really any point to use it anyway. Well, I guess you could use it, but no, they could make this a little stronger. Okay, so this armor set, it makes you really squishy because it has the full armor set converts your life to mana, similar to how bronze armor converts your mana to life, only less extreme. The cool thing is it also has a whole bunch of other buffs though. I think it's hilarious how there's an elemental damage reduction. Like so these other buffs, okay, so yeah, I guess no. So I don't know how to move I can't move my mouse over them. But basically, if you look at underneath the HP stats, you'll see MP plus 60, mana regeneration level 5, reflect damage level 5. These are rarity buffs that are somewhat random. What's random within a range? Like for example, you can get, like all these armor pieces get reflect damage, or can get reflect damage. You can re-roll this with currency. I believe it's the unstable orb. No, it's the unpredictable one. Yeah. Or no, it's the aberrant. Yeah, there we go. Randomize all effects and modifiers. Effects don't stack, so like having a level 5 reflect damage makes this one and this one just pointless. But I mean, at the same time, like, I re-rolled these for a while. I was happy with this. This is an MP plus 80. This one is my elemental damage reduction. And this one's my mana regeneration. So I was pretty happy with this. Alright, this also gives you an extra jump. So you can have 3 jumps. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, I think that was before they added wings. Maybe it was, no, yeah, that was before they added wings. Wings make double jump kind of redundant at times. Oh, you can still use it, but it's just less useful. Okay, so what was I saying? Hey, the skills. Everyone really wants to see these, probably. That's the only reason anyone would watch this video. So yeah, the skills. So you have two. These are the two that most people I think mainly use. You have your marking skill. You can use this to shoot a marking arrow. If it doesn't one-hit kill, it'll then mark them, and the abyssal arrows will home. Even without the homing, they're pretty good. They deal, I think, 10% of your max mana. Yeah, because I think this will deal 14 damage. Okay, let me hit. I don't know, it's 11? Weird, I could have sworn it was 10%. Oh, is it current mana and not max mana? No, I think it's max mana. Huh, weird. So yeah, its damage scales based on your max mana. Your other skills are the Abyssal Veil. This one's really useful for in boss fights because it'll just make you completely unaffected by damage for a second. And you can use it every 4 seconds. Like, there you go. I just walk through them. Okay. Then your other skill is a mine. You can have 3 of these placed. And then when a mob walks on them, it'll blow up. You can also just manually blow up by placing more bombs. So yeah, that's all the armor sets, I guess. I don't know. Comment down below what your favorite armor set is. If you watched the video, then thanks. If not, then I don't know. I guess it's fine. Yeah, I guess that's everything. So yeah, Druid armor is the best. If you watched this long, then just comment Druid armor is the best. If you're still watching, then I should have ended the video like a minute ago. Okay, bye!